to pray together, we'd like to continue to study the parable of our Lord Jesus Christ.
感谢主，在我们前来祷告之前，我们一起来继续查考主耶稣的比喻。
So we have studied the parable of the sower,
我们查考了种撒种的比喻，
and we also have studied the parable of the wheat and the tares.
我们也查考了那个稗子与麦子的比喻，
We also have studied the parable of the mustard seed,
我们也查考了芥菜种的比喻，
and we also have studied the parables of the leaven.
我们也查考了酵的比喻。
Now let's study the parables of the hidden treasure.
那我们现在来查考隐藏财宝的比喻。
Now, when we talk about treasure,
我们在讲财宝的时候，
I'm sure every one of us feel very excited.
那可能每个人都会非常的兴奋。
If you be able to find some kind of treasure in your journey, and you would feel that is very excited.
在我们人生旅途当中，如果我们找到财宝，我们可能第一个反应都是非常的兴奋。
But treasure will differ to different people.
但是每个人的财宝的定义却是不一样的。
For example, when I first came to this country,
像比喻，我当来到这个国家的时
and my
候，
family was very poor.
我的家人非常的贫穷。
So every single week, our sponsor would bring a bag of clothing from like Salvation Army.
那每个礼拜，我的赞助者就会去Salvation Army 拿一袋衣服过来给我。
And then when they bring it to us,
当他们拿衣服过来的时
and
候
we，try to find, what kind of clothing will fit us.
他们就会试着在这些衣服里面找到可以
I
适合
remember
我
the
的。
first time when I was looking through the clothing and I went into one of the pockets and I found $5.
那我记得有一次我在看衣服的时候，我在其中一件衣服的口袋里面就找到了5块钱。
In 1981, $5 is a lot of money,
在1981年的时候，5块钱是很多的，
especially for little kids that came from Cambodia.
特别是对一个刚从柬埔寨来的小孩来
So
说，
I was so excited.
所以我非常的兴奋。
So from then on, every time my sponsor brought a bag of clothing to the house, I just went through all the pockets.
那所以后来他们每次赞助者拿衣服来的时候，我每一件衣服的口袋我都会
And
特别去
sure
检查
enough,。I would always manage to find some kind of money.
那每次我都可以找到一些钱。
Even now, I still go through pockets when I do laundry for my wife. I go through all the pockets.
那就像我现在在洗衣服的时候，我也会每一件衣服的口袋都去
And
检
my
查一下
wife is so forgetful. Every time I go into a pocket, I find $20, sometimes $100 bill in her pocket.
那我太太也可能很健忘，所以我常常有时候会找到20块甚至100块
And
钞
the
票。
good thing is that when you do laundry, even the money go to the washer, but it doesn't fade away, right? You still can use. So I get always very excited.
但好处是，当你洗衣服的时候，虽然钞票放到洗衣机里面去，但是不会坏掉。
But the greatest excitement I ever had when I found something was when I was in Thailand.
那我在泰国是有一次特别找到一份特别那种兴奋的事情。
My family and I went to Thailand in 1979.
在1979年的时候，我的家人去泰国，
And we lived there for 10 years.
那我们住在那边10年。
Not by choice, we went there, we went to a refugee camp.
那我们去那边不是我们愿意的，因为我们去那边的难民营。
And during the time, everyone who lived in a refugee camp was super, super poor.
那时候在每个难民营里面的每个人都非常的贫穷。
So that time I was about 7 years old.
那时候我大概7岁。
And we used to go play soccer.
那我们那时候很喜欢踢足球。
And the soccer ball we play was all deflated and things like that.
那我们踢的足球都是没有空气的球。
And all the kids who want to play soccer, we just in our underwear, right? We have no shoes, we have no pants, we have no shirt, just go there in underwear and we just play, in the field.
那因为我很贫穷，所以我们都没有鞋子，我们没有衣服，我们就都穿着一件内衣。
And then this one time I was on my way to play soccer.
那有一次我正准备要去踢足球的
And I
时候
saw，this little black thing sticking out.
那我就在地上看到一个黑色的东西凸出来，
And I pulled it out,
那我就把它拉出来，
and it was a sock.
那是一双袜子，
One sock, right?
是一只袜子，
I was so excited.
那我就非常的兴奋。
Why? Because remember, none of those kids have sock, right? So we play soccer bare feet and stuff like that. So during the time, I put that sock on, right? And I feel like I was a millionaire, I just feel so excited.
那时候因为你要记得，那时候是没有人，那时候全部的小孩没有人有袜子，所以我就把这一只袜子穿上我的脚上，那我就觉得好像是亿万富翁。
And that sock was full of holes.
那但是虽然说这只袜子整只袜
But
子都是洞，
I remember it's a holy sock, right? That's what I call it.
那对我来说这是一个非常神圣的袜子。
But during the time when I walk onto the field,
那在那时候我上了足球场，
I was so proud.
我非常的自
because I
豪，
have one sock on my right leg and ready to play soccer.
因为我的右脚上穿了一只袜子。
And all the kids, it's so sad, right? All the kids ran toward me. I said, "Hey, where did you get that sock? Where did you get sock?" They're all so excited,
那其他的小孩就跑过来，很兴奋的问我说：“你在哪里找这双袜子的
It's now I have like 100 pairs of socks, ?”
现在我可能有100多双
And
袜
I
子。
don't really care too much. I just wear this, wear that. But back then, that one sock bring me so much, bring me back such great memory.
现在可能袜子对我们来说没有太大影响，但是在那个时候，一双袜子给我很
So
多好
really,
美好回忆。
treasure depends how much we feel it's worth.
所以人的宝藏的价值是由人定的。
For example, some baseball cards worth millions of dollars.
那
Baseball cards.
像有些棒球的卡片、人物卡是值好几百万。
I think very few Asian collectors. Asian do not like to buy the kind stuff, especially when it costs millions of dollars, right?
那我想大部分亚洲人都不会去收集这些卡片，特别是一张
If you go
好
to
几
the
百万
second。slide, please.
我们
And you know what this is?
你知道这个是什么吗？
This is the dinner menu in the Titanic. The Titanic.
这是铁达尼号的一张船上的一张菜单。
And for me, I like this kind of stuff also, right?
那我也很喜欢这样的东西。
Because you can tell exactly what they had for dinner, right?
那你可以知道说他们晚上吃了什么，
They have cream of chicken, right? You can see cream of chicken.
奶油鸡，
And then they have salmon.
然后他们有鲑鱼
And，they have sweet bread,
他们有
right?
甜面包，
Then roast chicken.
他们有烤鸡，
And then there's something lamb there, right?
Okay.
Spring lamb, something like that, and meat sauce.
然后可能
mint
有
sauce.
羊肉。
A bistro ham with spinach. I mean, can you imagine people during the time? I mean, they're all dead. Most of them are dead. But, this is what they had for dinner, right?
那虽然没有说，可能很多人那时候的人可能都过世，但是从这个你就会看出那时候他们吃了什么晚餐。
So how much would you pay for this piece of menu, piece of paper?
那对你来说，你愿意花多少钱买这张？
Actually, I went on an
菜单。
auction, I think a couple of months ago, and it was $150,000. Some people who bought it.
我记得在好几个月前，他在拍卖的时候是
I think-
15万元美金。
I think I would pay $20 for it.
对我来说，我可能付20
But
块，
$150,000, I don't know. I know I wouldn't buy it.
但是对我来说，15万美元可能太贵
But
了。
actually, there's a man in UK. He liked to collect this kind of stuff, and I mean, it's fine.
但是对一个在英国的收藏家来说，15万是值得的。
In Dallas, there's a very rich person. This rich person.
那在达拉斯有一个有钱人，
He owned all different kind of artwork, and we heard he has some kind of Van Gogh painting stuff like that. Those things worth millions of dollars.
那他有收集非常多的艺术作品，甚至反骨的作品，他都有
Right?。For him, he loved those kind of stuff.
对他来说，他喜欢这些东西。
But for me, I would just sell all of it and get the money and go on vacation. That's what I would do.
那对我来说，我可能就把它们全部都卖掉，拿到钱，然后去度假。
When you have something worth millions of dollars in your house, don't you feel like someone gonna come in and rob everything and steal everything? I'm sure you have a lot of stress.
那对我来说，如果我家里有好几百万东西的话，我总是会觉得可能会有人来抢我家，所以对我来说这是压力非常大的。
But for us, actually, we have found this great treasure.
但是对我们基督徒来说，我们已经找到这个
And this
这个
great
财宝。
treasure is hidden from many people.
那这个财宝也是对很多人都是被隐藏着
But
的，
you and I have found it.
但是你跟我都找到了。
Listen to the book of Matthew chapter 13,
我们看马太福音13章
verse 44.
44节，
Matthew chapter 13, verse 44.
马太福音13章44节。
Say again, the kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and hid, and for joy over it, he goes and sell all that he has and buy that field.
44节，天国好像宝贝藏在地里，人遇见了就把他的藏起来，欢欢喜喜的去变卖一切所有，买这块地。
Let's look closely to this hidden treasure. Let's look closely at this hidden
那我
treasure.
们仔细来查考这个
Next slide,
宝藏
please.。Say here, a man finds a treasure hidden in a field.
这边讲到说，一个人找到找到一个藏起来的财宝，
Of course, the treasure is already there.
那
The treasure is already there.
那这个宝藏已经是在那边了。
He did not create that treasure, but he found that treasure.
这个人并没有去制造这个财宝，他已经在那边了。
Second, and he first hides it, then proceed to buy the field.
那他做的第一件事就先把它藏起来，然后再把这块地买下来。
You know, why did he hide it?
为
Why
什
did
么
he
他
hide it?
为什么他要藏起来呢？
Because he don't want anybody else to take it.
因为他不要其他人拿去。
Now, when you talk about the pail of the sower,
我们讲到说撒种的比喻，
you can see the ground, the first ground, he didn't hide the seed, he just leave it there so the bird of the air came and just take it.
在撒种的比喻里面，第一个土地他就直接撒在地面上，所以鸟看到就把它们吃掉。
But this man, he's smart enough to hide it.
但是这个人聪明的把它藏起来，
Then he proceed to buy the field.
然后他就把这一块地买起来。
Now the question is
那这个问题，我们接下来要问的
how
问题，
much that he has to work to buy this field.
他要做多少的工才可以买
And it
下这块
really
地？
depends, how much we feel this treasure worth.
那当然，这个就是关于我们觉得这一块地值多少钱。
For example, my wife, she does not like gold or earrings or diamonds. She doesn't like any of those things.
那就像我太太，她不喜欢黄金，她不喜欢戒指，不喜欢耳环。
So even I give her a diamond ring, she would feel like, oh, thank you, and it's not really a big deal.
所以就算我给她一个钻石戒指，她会觉得说哦谢谢，但她觉得并没有什么了不
But my
起。
sister-in-law, she loves gold, diamond, and that kind of stuff.
但是我的
My sister-in-law, yeah.
我的
Okay, yeah.
我的
Yeah.
我的 sister-in-law 就很喜欢钻石戒指这些东西。
So everywhere she goes, she have diamond rings on, she have gold bracelet on, gold necklace on. She's like bling, bling, bling everywhere she goes.
那所以她去哪里就会全身都带着金宝亮晶晶的这样子。
But really, my wife, since I met her for the last 24 years, she never ever asked me to buy anything like that for her.
那但是反过来说，我的太太在过去的24年、25年，她从来没有要我买这些东西给她过，
Because she doesn't feel those things worth anything to her.
因为对她来说这些东西是一文不值的。
So that's why when we look into this treasure,
所以我们看这些宝藏的时候，
did it tell what kind of treasure it is?
他这边有讲到说是怎样的财宝吗？
It didn't.
没有，
It just say it was a treasure that's hidden in this field.
这边只有讲说是一个财宝藏在这块地里面，
And did not say it was gold or was whatever it is. It didn't say anything.
他并没有说是金银或什么东西。
So in other words, it's up to us what we see in that treasure box.
所以对我们来说是取决于我们觉得这个财宝是什么。
There's two kids that were playing around in their backyard or something like that.
所以有2个小孩子在他们的后院玩耍，
And then they get those metal detector, like for coins and stuff. They're just going around playing around with that.
然后他们他们有金属探测器，就在后院寻找。
And they found this drinking horn. Drinking horn. It's like a horn-looking thing, but it's for drinking.
他们就找到一个用来喝水用的角，
But
号角。
to the two kids, they're like, oh, what this thing is. They didn't really know exactly what it is.
所以这是2个小孩来说，他们不知道这是什么东西，
So they just brought it. Oh, let me bring it to like the mayor of the city. It's a small city where they live, so they just bring it to the mayor.
所以他们就把这个东西拿去给他们的市长，
So when they clean it all up,
所以他们就把它清
that horn is solid gold.
那这个号角是纯金的，
And this horn, they did some research. It used to be like all the royalty would use this horn, right, as in a vessel to drink something out of it.
然后他们做了一些研究之后，发现这是以前贵族都会拿这个东西来喝水
And。what is the price?
那这个金号角的
Millions, millions, millions of dollars. And they
So-
get to the point that it's priceless.
金号角的价值是基本上是无价之宝。
But to the two kids, they didn't know what it was.
但是对这2个小孩说，他们不知道
So
这
they
是什
just
么，
brought it to the mayor.
所以他们便把这个交给他们的市长。
And of course, if they knew what it was, maybe if it's candy or something like that, they were like, oh, no, let's keep it for ourselves.
那如果他们知道是什么，像如果是糖果，他们可能会觉得说，我们就自己留着吃。
No, the same thing as Christians.
所以对基督徒来说也是一样的。
When we find out Lord Jesus Christ,
当我们找到我们的主耶稣基督，
do we understand how much he is worth?
如果我们知道他到底值多少吗？
It really depends how we view this treasure.
那主耶稣值多少也是取决于我们自己本身。
So obviously, this man thought it was a lot.
所以对这圣经来说，这圣经的人来说，他觉得这
Next
是非
slide,
常多。
please. Next slide, please. And that's why, he joyfully sold all that he had to buy the field, knowing that the treasure will belong to him.
所以他就很高兴的变卖他所有的财产来买这块地，因为他知道这样这个财宝就属于他的。
See, he must have knew how much the treasure worth.
所以他知道这个宝藏值多
That
少
he
钱，
joyfully sold all that he had.
所以他就很快乐的、很乐意的把他所有的财产
Do we
变卖。
understand also what we have?
我们了解我们所拥有的吗？
If we truly understand it, and then we will sell all that we have to gain our Lord Jesus Christ.
如果我们知道的话，我们便会很乐意的把我们所有的变卖来得到主耶稣基督。
Remember, Russia sold Alaska to United States, right?
我们记得说以前呢，苏联把阿拉斯加卖给美国。
Anybody remember how much they sold it for?
你们记得他们那时候阿拉斯加卖给美国
I
卖
think
多
they
少钱
sold for
吗？
like $1 million.
他们可能把
Russia back then.
那时候他们大概以100万美金的价钱把阿拉斯加卖给美国。
And why did they sold it?
那为什么他们把这块地卖
Because
给
they
美国？
just think, Alaska is just full of snows, it's not really livable, that kind of stuff, right?
那因为他们卖的原因是因为他们觉得阿拉斯加太冷，只有雪跟冰，也不能住什么人。
But they did not know Alaska is full of oil.
但他们不知道阿拉斯加确实有很多石
So
油。
of course, United States, they bought it, and then they realized there's oil underneath, and then it's priceless now.
那当美国买了下来之后，他们知道有油，
没
也知道他说是无价，这块地也是无价的。
Right now, United States is, getting all the oil from other countries, and they're not even tap into the oil that we have here because they're smart, right? Because if the world gonna run out of oil, if people, other country like the Middle East stop selling oil, then we still have plenty of oil.
那美国现在的油都是国外进口的，因为他们知道当中东把中东国家油卖完之后，只剩下阿拉斯加有油。
If you look at all the richest people, right, in the U.S., I see a lot of them from the oil field in Texas.
那如果你看美国的有钱人，很多人都是从德州的油田来的。
If you look at Texas, first it's flat. It's very flat. It's nothing really to desire. There's no trees. There's nothing in Texas.
如果你看德州，它是一块平的地，那也没什么树。
And this summer is the worst summer. It's like 105 degrees, 110 degrees for like a month and a half. It's so hot.
然后在暑假的时候，整个暑假也都是105度、110度。
But actually, Texans are very, very rich.
但是德州人非常有钱。
And that's why the state of Texas, we don't pay state tax, right? We don't have state tax yet.
就是为什么德州没有州税。
And if you look at all the food and stuff like that, the beef and everything, actually it's quite cheap.
那如果你看食物，像牛肉或这些材料，也是非常的便宜。
Really, over here, I think the brisket maybe go for $4 or $5 a pound. Over there, when it's on sale, it's like $1.69 a pound.
那就像牛肉，可能在这边可能4、5块钱一磅，但是那边在特价的时候可能1.6
And
块而已。
sometimes you can get 5 dozen of eggs for like $3. Right? 5 dozen of eggs like 3 something.
那有时候你可以甚至用1块钱1-2块钱就买到5打蛋。
And that's why Texas, they just want to print their own money.
所以为什么德州他们就会想要印自己
And
的
they
钞
want
票
to，be their own country, right?
然后他们也想要当自己的国家。
But actually, if you look at the Olympic, I think they come in 8th. Texas come in 8th in medals if I compare all the other countries. I think that's the last Olympic.
那如果你看呢，在在 Olympics 比赛的时候，德州在其他国家比起来，他们是排名第8的。
Yeah, so Texas is huge, but it's not for nothing. It's huge because it also have a lot of rich oil, right, underneath the earth.
那德州大不是并因为它什么都没有，它大也是因为它很多油田。
So why this man, he joyfully, right? Joyfully sold all that he had.
为什么这个人很乐意的把它全部都变卖呢？
Because he valued that treasure.
因为他非常重视这个财宝。
And known if he sell all that he has, and now he can buy this treasure.
那因为知道他需要将他所有的财产变卖之后，才有办法买起来
So
这
I
块
share with
地。
you that my wife and my niece, they opened a restaurant.
那我有跟大家讲说，我的太太跟我的侄女开了一家餐厅。
And that restaurant now is like their baby. They really taking care of it.
那这家餐厅，他们现在非常的照顾这家餐厅。
So now their focus is to be able to make enough money and to buy the building, right, that restaurant.
那现在他们的梦想就是赚够多的钱，把这栋建筑物买下来。
Because right now they just leasing it, right? They didn't buy it, the building yet.
因为现在他们只是在租这个建筑物，
But they're willing to work hard so they can have enough money to buy the building, so the building can become, their building.
但是他们愿意努力工作，然后呢赚够足够的钱把这栋建筑买下
Even
来
though。they work like 16, 18 hours a day, but they're very joyful,
他们可能一天上班16、18个小时，但是他非常的快乐，
hoping to make enough money to buy the building,
只
right?
因为他们希望他们能赚够多的钱来买这
When
栋
we
建
talk
筑
about
物。
our Lord Jesus Christ,
但我们今天在讲我们的主耶稣，
and the person that really given a great example that he found his great treasure and he's willing to sell all that he has to buy this treasure is the Apostle Paul.
那这个人想要将他全部变卖来买这个财宝的人，就是使徒保罗。
And let's in the book of Acts chapter 9.
我们看《使徒行传》
I
第
mean,
9章，
why Apostle Paul encouraged us so much?
为什么使徒保罗要这样的鼓励我
Why
们
he's
呢？
such an inspiration person for all of us?
为什么他要这样来激发我们呢？
Why? Because he understood the great treasure that he had,
因为他了解他所得到的这个财宝，
and he was willing to sell all that he had to gain this treasure,
那他也愿意将他所有东西变卖来得到这个。
which is not easy for anyone to do.
那没有这个对任何人来说都是一件不容易的事情。
You know, here in chapter 9, verse 5 and 6,
在使徒行传9章5跟6节，
Acts chapter 9, verse 5,
第5节，
let's start from verse 4.
我们从第4节看起。
Then he fell on the ground and heard a voice saying to him, Saul, Saul, why you are persecuting me? Verse 5.
第5节，
And he said, Who are you, Lord? Then the Lord said, I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. It is hard for you to kick against the goads. Verse 6.
第6节，
So he, trembling and astonished, said, Lord, what do you want me to do? Then the Lord said to him, Arise and go to the city, and you will be told what you must do.
第4节，他就扑倒在地，听见有声音对他说：“扫罗，扫罗，你为什么逼迫我？”第5节，他说：“主啊，你是谁？”主说：“我就是你所逼迫的耶稣。”第6节，起来进城去，你所当做的事必有人告诉你。
So we know this was a turning point of Paul's life.
我们知道这是保罗生命的一个转折点，
On his way to Damascus,
在他往大马士革去的路上，
there's a great light shone upon him.
忽然有一个亮光照着他，
Then the voice said, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?
然后就有一个声音说：“保罗，保罗，为什么你逼迫我
And
呢
then Saul asked, Who are you, Lord? ？”
那他便回答说：“你是谁？”
Because back then he did not truly understand who Jesus was.
因为他那时候并不了解主耶稣是谁，
And he persecuted those who worship Jesus.
而且他不但如此，他那时候还逼迫信主的人。
So when he asked, Who are you, Lord?
所以他那时候问主啊，你是谁？
Then the Lord said, I am Jesus.
那主就回答说：“我是主耶稣。
Then the minute he realized that, ”
那在保罗意识到这件事情的时
they
候
said, What do you want me to do?
他便回答说：“你要我做什么
No, quite often, when you and I come to know Jesus Christ, ？”
常常有时候当我们认识主耶稣的时候，
do we understand how much he's worth to us?
我们了解说他到底对我们来说值多少吗？
You know, when we ask our Lord Jesus Christ, Who are you, Lord?
当我们问主耶稣你是谁的时候，
Our Lord Jesus Christ also say, I am Jesus.
我们主耶稣又回我们说：“我是主耶稣。
But we just leave it there. ”
但是我们常常就在这边就停了，
We do not ask the second question.
我们不会问第二个问题：
What do you want me to do?
你要我做什么呢？
Why? Because maybe we don't want, we don't think our Lord Jesus Christ is that hidden treasure that you and I have found that is the best thing that's in our life.
也许我们不觉得，也没有想说主耶稣是我们生命中找到最好的宝藏，
And we don't value too much.
那我们并不把它看重这件事情。
And sometimes it can come too easily for us.
有时候对我们来说，可能得到的太容易。
You know, my nephew, I usually don't buy him shoes that's too expensive.
那像我的侄儿，我常常不会，有时候我不会常常买鞋子给他，因为有时候太贵。
The first reason he grow out the shoe very quickly.
那原因是因为他常常需要一直换更大双的
And
鞋
the
子。
second reason he does not take care of it.
那第二个原因是因为他也不会好好照顾他的鞋子，
Why? Because he does not know how difficult it is to make money.
因为他并不了解钱财得来不易。
So I remember his mom bought him like $125 shoes.
那所以我记得有一次他妈妈买了一双120块美金的鞋
I
子给
said,
他。
Seven, you must take care of your sneakers. This is your mom worked very hard to buy this for you.
那我跟他讲说，你需要好好照顾这双鞋子，因为你母亲非常努
Sure
力的工
enough,
作。
a week later,
但是在1个礼拜之
the
后，
back of his sneakers all flattened. It's all flattened. Right?
那1个礼拜之后，他的鞋子后面就已经磨平了。
Why? Because every time he tie his shoe, he's too lazy to untie it, and then he just force it to take his foot out, then force his foot back in, right? Because in a week, and the back is his sneakers is all ruined.
那因为他懒得绑鞋带，所以他都会用挤的把脚放进去跟拉出来，所以1个礼拜之后，他的鞋子后面就平了。
Why? Because he doesn't understand how difficult it is to make that $125.
因为对他来说，他并不知道赚这120块是多辛苦，
Because he never went through that kind of life, that I went through when I was young.
因为他没有遇到像我小时候一样的遭遇。
Sometimes when we're in Christ for many generations,
所以有时候我们在我们在主里面很多个世代之后，
we just feel, okay, I born in Christ and I inherited this Christ, I inherit this treasure. It's not a big deal.
我们可能就觉得说，我是出生在主里面的家庭，然后我这也是继承而来，所以这并没有什么了不起。
But we should never feel like that.
但是我们不应该这样觉得，
Because if you and I understand how great a treasure it is to have Jesus Christ, then we would do anything to sell all we have to gain our Lord Jesus Christ.
因为我们真的了解说主耶稣到底是值多少的话，我们便会把我们所有的变卖来追寻得到主耶稣，
Just like Paul.
就像保罗一
Really,
样。
Paul sold everything so he can, to gain Christ.
保罗变卖了他所有的来跟随主耶稣。
Let's go to the book of Philippians chapter 3.
我们看腓立比书第3章，
Philippians chapter 3.
腓立比书第3章。
Now, for me, when I read all these verses about Paul, I was wondering, okay, why did he listed everything? Why does he remember everything? Right?
我在读保罗写的这些经节的时候，我就会想到说，他为什么都记得这些事情呢？
Because for him, he realized that, look, I also have many things in my life.
因为对他来说，他知道说他他生命当中也有许多非
I
常，
could be anyone that I want to be,
他生命中有其他非常的东西，他可以当他要当的人，
but I rather to have Jesus Christ.
但是他宁愿有
And that's
主
why
耶稣。
look at chapter 3, verse 5.
所以我们看第3章第5节，
He says, circumcise the 8th day of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of the Hebrews, concerning the law, a Pharisee.
第5节，我第8天受割礼，我是以色列族便雅悯支派的人，是希伯来人所生的希伯来人，就是律法说我是法利赛人。
Why? Because during that time, people were just boasting about their flesh, what they have, and this and that.
因为那时候的人会常常会炫耀他们自己的血统。
And Paul said, look, if I want to boast,
那保罗说，如果我要夸赞我自己
I
的
also
话，
can boast.
我也可以夸赞我自
But
己。
those things are rubbish to me.
但是这些事情对我来说是无
Why?
价
Because
值
I have
的。
found Jesus Christ.
原因就是因为我找到主耶稣。
And that's why he said, look, I also was circumcised 8th day.
他这边讲到说，我第8天也受割礼，
If you talk about, I am also the stock of Israel, the tribe of Benjamin.
那我也是以色列族便
And
雅悯支
concerning
派
the。law, I am a Pharisee.
那就律法来说，我也是法利赛人。
And this is concerning zeal, persecuting the church.
那就热心来说，我也是逼迫教会的。
He said, concerning the law, concerning righteousness, which is the law, I was blameless.
那就法律上的义说，我也是无可指摘的。
And then look at verse 7.
那我们看第7节。
But when things were gained to me, these I have counted loss for Christ.
那只是我先前以为我基督有益的，我现在都因为基督当作有损的。
And verse 8.
第8节。
Yet indeed I also count all things lost for the excellence of knowledge of Christ, Jesus my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and count them as rubbish, that I may gain Christ.
第8节，不但如此，我也将万事当作有损的，因我以认识我主耶稣基督为至宝。我为他已经丢弃万事，看作粪土，为得着基督。
Don't think that Paul said everything was rubbish.
我们不要说保罗说全部东西都是粪土，
No, he's not saying that.
他不是这个意思。
He did not say, he's not saying that being educated is rubbish.
他不是说受教育是一个没有用的事情，
He did not say having money is rubbish.
他不是说有钱是没有用的事情。
But if you compare all those things to our Lord Jesus Christ, those things become rubbish.
但是当你把这些东西和主耶稣拿来做比较的时候，这些东西便是没有用的。
Really, it's nothing wrong to be educated.
没有受教育不是一件好事
It's
情，
nothing wrong to have a lot of money.
有钱也不是一件坏事。
Now, if you don't like money, you think it's rubbish, give some to me. I'll take it.
如果你不喜欢钱，你觉得钱没用，我可以拿一些。
No, money is good.
钱是好的，
Really, money can resolve a lot of things.
钱可以解决很多问题。
But if you do not have Christ and you have only money, then this money is rubbish.
但是如果你只有钱没有耶稣的话，这些钱也是没有用的。
Really, the same thing is education.
那同样的教育也
It's
是，
nothing wrong to have good education.
受到好的教育并不是有
Really,
坏的。
do your best in school
我们要尽我们全力在学校念书，
and go to the best college you can.
也要进最好的大学。
If you want to get 5 PhDs, go ahead and get 5
如果
PhDs.
你想要得5个博士学位，就去拿5
It's
个博士
nothing
学位，
wrong with any of these
这
things.
些都并不是错的。
But if you have all those things, you not gain Christ, then all those things are rubbish.
但是如果你有这些全部的东西，但是却没有基督耶
No,
稣，
my adopted mother, she's almost 80 years old,
这些没有用。我之前的养父养母已经快80
and
岁
she's still working.
了，他虽然80岁还是在工作，
It's very sad, right?
那对我来说这是非常
But
可怜
when
的事情
when you get out of college
但是我们讲大学毕业之后，
and you don't have a job,
但是你没有工作
you are very pitiful.
你就是一个非常可怜的
Then
人。
when you're at 80 years old, you still have a job, you're very pitiful.
那但是你到80岁的时候，你还需要工作，你也是非常的可怜。
So in other words, actually, we see that jobs, right? To have job is pitiful. To not have a job is pitiful. Why? Because all those things are just temporary in our lives.
那所以说，你可以说有工作也是可怜，没有工作也是可怜。那原因是因为这些只是我们人生短暂中的一部分。
You know, my mother and my adopted parents, they were multi-millionaire before,
那我的养父养母他们之前是百万富翁，
but they went bankrupt.
但是他们后来破产，
They lost everything.
他们失去了全
And
部。
my dad died at age of 59. My adopted father died at age 59.
那我的养父在58岁的时候就过世了，
So my mom really, lost everything.
所以我妈就全部的东西都失去了。
Now at the age of 80, she has to work.
所以她80岁的时候，她还需要上班。
And she works in the bank, and every time she come home, her foot is all swollen. Right?
那她在银行上班，她每天回家的时候，她脚都会肿起来。
Actually, that is, for me as a son, I feel very sad for her.
那对身为一个儿子来说，我觉得这非常的可怜的事
Really,
情。
but this is life.
但是这是生命。
Yes, it's good to have a good job, to have money, to live a nice house. All those things are wonderful things.
没有错，是有一个好的工作，住好的房子，这些都是好的事情。
And Paul said that's not what he's saying. That's all rubbish. He's not saying that.
所以保罗不是说这些事情都是没用的。
But he say, look at, I count them. Right, the end of verse 8.
所以在第八节的后半部，他想说，
I count them as rubbish that I may gain Christ. That's what he's saying. He's saying, look, compared to Christ, all these things, the value of all these things is nothing.
第八节后半部他讲说，我为他已经丢弃万事，看作粪土，为要得基督。
I mean, if you have found a great treasure,
如果你找到一个宝藏，
and you were not willing to sell like your spoons, your forks and stuff at home to buy this treasure, then we're not too smart, right?
那如果你找到一个宝藏，你却不愿意卖你家的叉子、汤匙来买这个宝藏，那我们可能不太聪明。
So that's what Paul is saying.
这就是保罗在这边讲的。
Look, if you want to boast in anything, he can boast in so many things.
如果我们要夸口，我有很多事情可以夸口。
That's one of the greatest things, for us to be in Christ Jesus.
但是对我们来说，最好的一件事情就是在主耶稣基督里面
Of。course, many other people are way more richer than we are.
当然，外面有很多人比我们更有钱
It doesn't matter how rich we are, there's always more people are much more rich than we are.
不管你多有钱，总是会有人比你更有钱，
But they do not have Christ.
但是他们没有主耶
And
稣。
that is the greatest blessing for you and I.
这对我们来说是一个最大的祝福。
They have not found this great treasure.
对他们来说，他们还没有找到这个宝藏，
But you and I have found this great treasure.
但是我们已经找到了。
But the question is, are we willing to sell all that we have to gain our Lord Jesus Christ?
那接下来问题就是，我们愿意变卖我们所有的来得到主耶稣吗？
For me, I wish I came to know Jesus Christ sooner.
对我来说，我希望我可以更早认识主
Because
耶稣。
now at the age of 46, I've been serving Him for several years, and I just feel, I'm already tired. I already feel lose a kind of energy. I just feel like if I was younger, I could serve Him much longer.
那我现在已经46岁了，那我也服侍了几年，但是我开始可以感觉到我体力已经没有以前好了。所以，如果我在更早认识他的话，更早信主的话，我可以服侍他更好。
And to sell all that we have is not an easy thing to do. To sell all that we have to buy the treasure is not an easy thing to do.
那变卖我们所有的，这并不是一件容易的事情。
You can see the young rich ruler, he's not willing to sell it to gain the treasure.
我们看到这个有钱的财主、少年财主也不容易，也不想变卖。
Next slide, please. If you look at the suffering, we have to suffer for the treasure. That is go without saying.
那当然，所以自然而然的，我们要为了这个财宝而受苦。
If you found this great treasure, you want to buy it, then you stay home sitting, do nothing. Of course, you're not going to buy the treasure. You're not going to gain the treasure.
那如果我们看到一个财宝，但是我们只却坐在家里，什么事都不做，那我们并不会
Yes,
得到
can
这
you
个财宝。
go to the slides, please. Yeah, it's a little too small. Even on my phone, I can't see it. See, this is what he said, right? In 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 22 to verse 28.
那在哥林多后书11章22节到28节，保罗这样讲。
Why Paul lists all this suffering?
那为什么保罗要将这些他受苦的部分
Why
都
did
写
he
出来？
remember all this suffering?
他为什么要写出来呢？
Because he knows this is what he needs to do to gain our Lord Jesus Christ.
那因为他知道说他需要做的才可以得到主耶稣
He
基
said,
督
are they Hebrews?
他说他们是希伯来人吗？
So am I.
我也是。
Are they Israelites?
他们是以色列人吗？
So am I.
我也是。
Are they seed of Abraham?
他们是亚伯拉罕的后代吗？
So am I.
我也是。
And then he said, Are they minister of Christ?
他们是主耶稣的工人吗？
I say, I speak as a fool. I am more.
那我可能像一个我可能像一个愚者一样，但是我更
I
多。
say, In labor, more abundant.
我做的更多。
In stripes, above measure.
那
And if you go to 2 Corinthians, I guess it's here. Yeah, let's go to 2 Corinthians then. Right, so it's easy to translate too, right? All these words. Yeah, 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 12 to verse 28. For me, I'm just amazed how Paul can just remember all these things. Why? Because all these things are very personal to him.
对我来说，我都很到讶异，保罗会记得这些事情，记得这么清楚，因为对他来说是非常私人的事情。
And that's why he said, in prison more frequently,
他说我更常被打下监狱，
in death more often.
我常常也是冒死。
From the
5次
Jews, 5 times I received 40 stripes.
那我也被犹太人鞭打5次，
That's -1, so 39 stripes. That's what he's saying.
所以他被打了40减1下。
3 times I was beaten with rods.
那我3次被棍打，
Once I was stoned.
有一次我被石头打，
3 times I was shipwrecked.
那有3次我沉船，
A night and a day I have been in the deep.
那我也在海上里面
In
一昼夜
journeys，often.
那我也常常老是行危险路，
In perils of water.
遭江河的危险，
In perils of robbers.
盗贼的危险，
In perils of my own countrymen.
同族的危险，
In peril of Gentiles.
外邦人的危险，
In peril in the city.
城里的危险，
In peril in the wilderness.
旷野的危险，
In peril in the sea.
海中的危险，
In peril among the false brethren.
假弟兄的危险，
In weariness and toil.
受劳苦受困苦，
In sleeplessness and often.
多次睡不得，
In hunger and thirst.
又饥又渴，
In fasting often.
多次不得食，
In cold and nakedness.
受寒冷。
Beside other things, what come upon me daily, my deep concern for all the churches.
除了这外面的事，还有为众教会挂心的事，天天压在我身上。
The reason why I listed all of this and I read it to you, because when I'm reading it, I feel like the suffering that he went through.
我为什么将这些列出来，然后一个一个读给你？原因就是我在读的时候，我可以感受到他的痛苦。
For me, I cannot suffer the way Paul suffered to gain Jesus Christ.
对我来说，我没有办法承受这样多的痛苦来得到
Really,
主耶
what
稣
have
基督。
you and I suffered to gain our Lord Jesus Christ?
我们为了主耶稣受过了什么苦？
What have we sold to buy this great treasure?
我们卖掉了什么来得到这个财宝？
And sometimes we really compare ourselves, right, to the early believers. Actually, we have not done much.
有时候我们跟刚信主的信徒比较，我们可能会发现我们并没有做多
Right
少。
now, it's really for us, it's a great, it's great blessing.
对我们来说，我们这是一个好的祝福。
This great treasure,
这个财
we do
宝
not，have to give up too much to buy it.
我们不需要牺牲太多来得到它。
No, just like America bought bought Alaska for $1 million, some $1 million something, and now it's priceless.
就像美国当初花了100万来买阿拉斯加，现在这是无价之宝。
So for us, God have given us this great treasure.
所以对我们来说，神给我们这个财宝，
So you and I must make this great determination,
所以我们需要下决心，
right, to keep the treasure.
我们需要留住这个
Because
财宝。
even if we buy the field,
因为我们就算我们买
when
了
we
这块
sold
地，
what we have to buy this field, we sold all that we have to buy this
我
field,
们变卖我们所有来买这块地，
but we must be able to keep it.
但是我们需要能保留这
Now,
块
don't
地。
just let it go. Don't give it away for no reason at all.
我们不能买的时候又将无价的把这块地给了。
Just like Paul, let's go to Romans chapter 8, verse 38 to verse
我
39.
们看罗马书第8章39节，
Romans chapter 8, verse 38 to verse 39.
我们看罗马书8章38节、39
So
节，
let's read verse 35 first.
好，35节、
35.
35节。
What shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword?
谁能使我们与基督的爱隔绝呢？难道是患难吗？是疾苦吗？ 是逼迫吗？是饥饿吗？是赤裸身体吗？是危险吗？是刀剑吗？
So Paul asks, actually, I'm sure he asked himself this question,
我也相信保罗会问自己这个问题，
but he also asked us this question.
但是他也问我们这个问题：
What shall separate us from the love of Christ?
谁能使我们与基督的爱隔绝
Shall
呢？
tribulation
是患难吗？
or distress
是逼迫吗？
or persecution
是困苦吗？
or famine
还是饥
or
饿？
nakedness?
还是身体
or
赤裸
sword？
还是刀呢？
But then in verse 37, he said,
但是在37节他说，
I'm sorry, verse 38,
38节，
For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angel, nor principality, nor power, nor things present, nor things to come, verse 39,
39节，
nor height, nor depth, nor any other created things shall be able to separate us from the love of God which is in Christ Jesus our Lord.
38节，因为我深信，无论是死是生，是天使，是掌权的，是有能的，是现在的事，是将来的事，是高处的，是低处的，是别的受造之物，都不能叫我们与神的爱隔绝。这爱是在我们的主耶稣基督里的。
So this is the great determination you and I must make.
所以这是我们要所下的决心。
Yes, we know and found this great treasure,
我们找到这个财宝，
but don't lose it.
但是我们不能失去它，
Because we have a great thief, and the thief is Satan.
因为我们有一个有一个大小偷，就是撒旦。
And sometimes you and I will go through all this trial and tribulation.
有时候我们受过很多困苦试炼，
We'll be persecuted.
我们会受逼迫，
We'll with sometimes we'll be in pain. Sometimes we'll be full of sorrow.
有时候我们会受到痛苦，有时候我们会难过。
But Paul said, no, nothing will separate me.
但是保罗说，没有任何东西可以我
And
们叫我
nothing
们
should
隔开，
separate us.
没有东西可以使我们与基督
Why?
隔离。
Because all these things that we are suffering for Jesus Christ is only temporary.
因为我们这些所谓主耶稣所受的苦都是暂时的，
But the treasure that we have is eternal.
但是我们得到的财宝是永远的。
But how many of you and I are willing to make this kind of determination?
但是有多少在场的愿意为这些东西下决心
Of
呢？
course, we have to start off small.
没有错，我们要从小的
We
事情
start
开
to
始做起。
read and pray every day.
我们要从读圣经、看每天祷告做起。
And start to come to church on time.
我们要开始准时来教会，
And don't miss the Sabbath.
不要漏掉安息日。
You know, there's no reason why you and I could not come to Sabbath on time or miss the Sabbath. There's really no reason.
我们没有理由来教会迟到来到
Why?
教
Because
会。
I've been in Christ for 19 years now.
我已经信主大概19年
And
了。
thank God I never miss a Sabbath.
那感谢神，我从来没有漏掉过一个安息
Not
日。
because I'm stronger than any one of you.
不是因为我比任何人都强壮，
No, why? Because for me, there's nothing else more important than a Sabbath. And the thing is, the joyous time that I have through the whole week is coming to Sabbath.
那对我来说，因为没有比安息日更重要的，而且对我来说最快乐的一件事情就是来到教会。
And you know, when my father, my Cambodian father,
那在我的生父，
you know, when he came to know Jesus Christ,
那当他认识主耶稣
he's
之后，
already 80 something years old.
他已经80几岁了，
But he loved to go to Sabbath.
但是他非常喜欢去教
And
会
that。time we live in San Jose,
那时候我们住在圣河
and we
西，
drive almost an hour to Pacifica Church.
我们开差不多1个小时的车去太平洋教会
Because。when my father got, when he in his 80, his mind is not all there.
因为我父亲生父已经80多岁，所以他常常有时候
So
神，
every morning he get up really, really early. I'm talking about like 5:30 in the morning.
所以他有时候他早上就5点多就起来，
He would take a shower,
他会洗个澡，
put his dress pants on,
我会穿他的衣
and
服，
dress shirt on.
然后穿他的
Then
衬
he
衫
would，wait in the living room.
他就会坐在客厅里面。
So I'm talking about he wait like at 6 a.m. To go to Sabbath. We don't leave until like 8 something, right?
那他6点多就会准备好，但是我们到8点多才会出门。
And one day I went down there, he's waiting down there.
那有一天我下去就看到他
I
坐在那
said,
边
Dad, what
等。
are you doing?
我说：“爸爸，你在做什么
I'm ready to go to church.？”
他说：“我已经准备好要去
I
教
said,
会了。
Today is Tuesday. There's no church today. ”
我说：“今天是礼星期二，今天没有教会。
But even though, for me, like, why my dad keep getting up early in the morning, getting ready every single day, even though I tell him today is Tuesday and then tomorrow is Wednesday, right? But he's still preparing to go to Sabbath on Wednesday. ”
那虽然有时候我常常看他那么早，我也跟他说不需要那么早，或者我跟他讲说今天不是安息日，他有时候就
You
算
know
我
why he did that?
就算我跟他讲今
Because
天是
he
礼
did
拜
not
三，他
want to
还是会
miss the
准备，
Sabbath.
因为他不想要漏掉安息日的
You
聚
know
会
when。he get the Sabbath,
当他到教会的时候
he，doesn't understand anything.
他到教会的时候，虽然
He
他什么
doesn't
事情都
speak
不了
English,
解，
he doesn't speak Chinese.
因为他不讲中文，他也听不
So
懂
he just
英
go
文，
to Sabbath sitting there, right?
所以对他来说，他去教会只是坐
But
在那
he's
里。
the first one always getting ready. I mean, maybe 3, 5, 6 days before, he getting ready.
但是他总是第一个准备好了，在3、45天前就准备好
But
了。
he was very happy, he was very joyful.
但是对他来说，他是非常开心，他也是非常
And
的
then the
快乐。
same thing with my adopted father.
对我的养父
Now, when
来
he
说
came to
也是
know
一样。
Jesus Christ,
当我们认识主之后，
and my father, he usually the last one to get ready to do anything. But during that time, on Saturday, he get up, and then he get ready, and then he's hold his Bible and ready to go to church.
他以前平常都是最后一个准备好了，但是到安息日的时候，他总是起来准备好第一个。
My adopted father is from Sicily.
他是从西西里来的。
Yeah. So, and then I told him, why are you so excited to go to Sabbath?
那我就对他说：“为什么你会去教会会这么兴奋呢
He's like, even though all of you guys are Chinese, right? That's what he
他说
said.
他说：“虽然你们全部人都是亚洲人，
But I feel all of you guys are my family.
但是对我来说，你们都好像是我
I
的家
feel
人一
just
样
like，they're my brother and sister.
就像我的弟兄姐妹一样。
And I thought it was very funny when he said that to me.
那对我来说，他这样讲的时候，我是觉得非常的好
And
有
then, of
趣。
course, he went to Sabbath until then, he passed away.
那当然没有说他一直有去参加安息日，直到他过世。
So for us,
所以对我们来说，
let's value this treasure to be something so wonderful, so beautiful.
我们要珍惜这个宝藏。
No, there will a day will come that you and I would not have the kind of pleasure to be able to come to church, even though we wanted to.
我们要知道说，总有一天我们可能会连我们想要来教会都来不了。
No, let's make this determination.
所以我们要下这个决心，
And we make determination to keep the treasure until the end.
我们要下决心将这个财宝留到
But in
最
the
后。
process of buying this treasure, in the process of keeping this treasure, there's going to be a lot of fighting, a lot of battles that come upon us.
但是在这个在购买这个财宝或者是留住这个财宝的过程，可能会有非常多的征战。
Let's turn to 2 Timothy chapter 4.
我们看提摩太后书，
2
Yes,
chapter 4.
提摩太后书第4章，
We often read this,
我
right?
们常常读到这里，
Verse 6 to verse 8.
第6节到第8节。
Paul said, For I am ready, being poured out as a drink offering, and the time of my departure is at hand. Verse 7.
第7节，
I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, have kept the faith. Verse 8.
第8节，
Finally, there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give me on that day, and not to me only, but also to all who have loved his appearing.
第6节，我现在被浇灌，我离世的时候到了。第7节，那美好的仗我已经打过了，当跑的路我已经跑尽了，所信的道我已经守住了。第8节，从此以后有公义的冠冕为我存留，就是按照公义审判的主，到了那日要赐给我的，不但赐给我，也赐给凡爱慕他显现的人。
And finally, Paul be able to buy this great treasure.
那终于保罗有办法购买这个财
And
宝。
what was in the treasure?
那这个财宝是什么呢？
One of the products in the treasure, that is the crown of righteousness.
那在这个财宝里面，其中一样东西是公义的冠冕。
And why did he receive that?
为什么他得到这个冠冕呢？
Because he had fought a good fight,
因为他已经打了一个美好的仗，
just like a warrior of the Lord Jesus Christ.
就像我们的主耶稣基督一样，
Then he had ran a good race,
他也刚跑路也跑尽
just
了
like a great athlete.
就像一个好的运动员一样，
He also have kept the faith,
他也守住他的道，
just like a great farmer.
就像一个农夫一样
And。that's why now we be able to buy the treasure and look into the treasure box, and the first thing he saw is that the crown of righteousness is there waiting for him.
所以他现在终于有办法购买这个财宝。那打开财宝箱，第一个看到的就是个公义的冠冕。
So let you and I make this great determination
所以让我们来下这个决心，
to truly be able to buy this great treasure.
我们来下定决心买财宝。
So when we die,
所以当我们死的时候，
even though everything else around us will perish,
因为虽然其他的东西都会离我们而去，
but the treasure that we have
但是我们有了这个财宝，
can bring us to eternal life.
可以带给我们永生。
Now let's come up and pray together,
那我们接下来一起上
and
起
we
来
just
前面祷
truly
告，
give thanks to our Heavenly Father
那也给我们天父感谢，
to allow us to have the opportunity to buy this great treasure.
感谢他给我们这个机会来买这个财宝。
Let's come up and pray together.
我们一起上来前面祷告。
we pray.